UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson will send a letter to the EU asking for another Brexit delay if no divorce deal has been agreed by October the 19th. That's according to lawyers representing anti-Brexit campaigners. They cite government documents submitted to a Scottish court. Their lawyers have asked judges whether the Prime Minister could be jailed if he takes the UK out of the EU without a deal. A coalition of opposition MPs and Conservative rebels passed a law last month forcing him to request another Brexit delay to avoid such a scenario. But the government has since suggested it might find a way around it. Well, our reporter Victoria Smith joins me now from London. Victoria, good to see you again. Very quickly, I suppose. How much should we read into this? Does this mean now that the UK government will not, under any circumstances, go without seeking that extension if there is no deal?
It's too early to say. And I know we're nearly at the end of October and Brexit is looming ahead. But remember, this is the result of court papers, a legal campaign, a legal protest to try and prevent Boris Johnson from breaking the law, to try and make him uphold the law. That law being the Ben Act that was passed recently, saying that we cannot crash out with a no-deal scenario. And Boris Johnson hasn't said that he's going to write this letter of extension, although his government has accepted it could be a possibility that he does write a letter requiring an extension or asking for an extension by October the 19th. But this is in direct contradiction, of course, to the Tory party conference, where the mantra, the message was very much, let's get Brexit done come what may. And we've heard him say before, I'd rather die in a ditch than ask the EU for an extension. That's led his opponents to fear that he and his team may be looking for a legal loophole, which means he might be able to somehow get past the law, to get past the Ben Act, the parliamentary legislation that says we can't crash out with a no deal. And of course, he has suggested a deal, compromise. We're getting some details of that, but that has been pretty much already rejected or disapproved of, both in Ireland and by EU officials. So we wait to see, with just weeks to go, with the possibility of a no deal still, if there's a legal loophole, the possibility of this deal being accepted, or the possibility that he may well have to cave in and ask the European Union for an extension by October the 19th.